Hey everybody, happy Friday. Thank you for being here. We made it to the end of the week. Really great conversation this week, and I want to start out with a couple of shout outs. First of all, I want to go all the way back to Summer of Yes for a second. Allison Browning said that her Summer of Yes was going to be to go to a water park by herself and just be totally unself-conscious about it. Just go and have a great time. She just posted pictures that she did it. So I love that, all right? First of all, I totally get why that's brave. And I also totally get how easy it is in the moment to say, I'm gonna do this. But then she followed through and she delivered photos. So if you're out there doing your Summer of Yes, follow Allison's example, please post some photos. Okay, so we've had this great conversation this week about being on track versus being off track. And then we kind of evolved it to, let's not be all or nothing. Let's not be absolutist. Let's not think in terms of on track or off track or on the rails or derailed. Let's think in terms of what does 100% look like on any given day. I love that conversation. Beth Flax said, a lot of it boils down to semantics, which I totally agree, right? Semantics is how we interpret words and how we think of what words mean to each of us individually. For some people, the notion of being derailed is a really powerful tool, right? Jessica Clarkson said, it really helped me this week to think about what my triggers are for the things that are going to be obstacles, that are going to get in the way of me having and living the kind of habits that I want to. For other people, the absolutist, the all or nothing point of view of being on track or being off track was counterproductive. And it's way more useful to think in terms of, okay, today I can give 100% and it looks like this, but tomorrow my 100% looks like that. And I've got to learn to be okay with it, but to do what I can when I can and to just keep moving. All of this feeds into something I've been thinking about a lot in my life lately, and that is this. Two things can be true, right? Nuance is incredibly important, and we live in a world where we're really encouraged to think in black and white. Here's a problem, it's super simple, and this is the right answer, and if you don't think of it this way, you're wrong. And we hear that in our relationships, and we hear that in our friend groups, and we hear that in our politics, right? There's one right way to approach things, and everything else is wrong. I want us to evolve past that. I want us to really begin to embrace nuance, the idea that not only are our challenges complicated, but sometimes the tools that we need to overcome them can be complicated as well. And we're gonna have to embrace nuance, and we're gonna have to embrace uncertainty, and we're gonna have to be able to look at things from 6 different angles and try 6 different things and know that what works for you might not work for somebody else, but that you're gonna work your way through all of the tools that we talk about until you find things that work for you. And by the way, what works for you this week or this month or this year may not work for you next week or next month or next year as well. The only way that we can have such a detailed and nuanced conversation is to do what we're doing right now, which is for all of you to be involved and to tell me what you're thinking and what you're feeling. Just in the last 5 days, my thinking on this topic has totally evolved and totally changed. You all have taught me to look at this in a different way. And if we're doing this right, if we're doing this community thing right, we are teaching each other to look at complex issues and not try to simplify them, not try to dumb them down, but to look at complex issues and come up with a complex set of strategies and tools for working through them. I don't think we need to be afraid of complexity. I don't think we need to be afraid of nuance. I know that it's easier to see things in black and white, but anybody who's been on this planet for a little while knows that things just aren't black and white. 100% looks different every day. Your tools will look different than my tools. Your understanding of a challenge will look different than my understanding of a challenge. But if we all get in here and we all share our tools and we share our understanding and we share our thoughts, we're going to develop a really complex and nuanced tool set to tackle the challenges that come our way. The big takeaway for me this week wasn't even necessarily about the topic we started talking about so much as we can build a really amazing tool set to take on any challenge if we do it honestly and authentically, and we do it as a community. So thank you for that. That was a real gift. I talked to my mom earlier in the week, and my mom is part of this group, and she said, boy, I love what you do with that group. And I said, thanks, Mom. And she said, I wonder if they know that you get as much out of it as they do. I hope you know that. I kind of assume you know that, but it was nice for me to hear my mom remind me that I get so much out of this group. You push me to think in more nuanced and complex ways, and I hope I do the same for you. That's it. I just thank you for such a great week. New workouts on the playlist up there, a donation link floating around somewhere, Have a great weekend. You'll get a Friday fun fact a little bit later today. I'm sure I'll check in with you over the weekend. Next week, I am out of town, but I'm doing new videos. I'm doing a video every day. You're just going to get them from my backyard in Vermont. That's it. Have a great weekend, everybody. I'll talk to you soon.